gather round.
Please gather round.
And if you are able.
And if you are able.
Please sit.
Please sit.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We plant the seeds.
We plant the seeds.
That one day will grow.
That one day will grow.
That was one of the mottos.
That was one of the mottos
of the U.S. Social Forum.
Of the U.S. Social Forum.
And I think it works here too.
And I think it works here too.
We plant the seeds.
We plant the seeds.
That one day will grow.
That one day will grow.
We are a greenhouse.
We are a greenhouse.
We are an incubator.
We are an incubator.
Occupy may be a movement.
Occupy may be a movement.
But I see 1,000 movements here.
But I see 1,000 movements here.
Spreading like wildflowers.
Spreading like wildflowers.
No matter where we are now.
No matter where we are now.
No matter where we go.
No matter where we go.
We are nurtured by the work.
We are nurtured by the work
of thousands of people in Philadelphia.
Of thousands of people in Philadelphia.
Who have worked through the decades.
Who have worked through the decades.
For a better city.
For a better city.
And a better world.
And a better world.
We plant the seeds.
We plant the seeds.
That one day will grow.
That one day will grow.
We learn from each other.
We learn from each other.
We share with each other.
We share with each other.
We try to confront our own privilege.
We try to confront our own privilege.
We try to fight for our liberation.
We try to fight for our liberation.
We plant the seeds.
We plant the seeds.
That one day will grow.
That one day will grow.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Tonight's agenda.
Tonight's agenda.
First, we will have a discussion.
We will have a discussion
on a code of conduct.
On a code of conduct
for Occupy Philadelphia.
For Occupy Philadelphia.
This will only be.
This will only be
a discussion.
A discussion.
Second. We will have working group.
We will have working groups.
Report backs.
Report backs.
Third. We will have four.
We will have four
proposals. These proposals
were
brought to Occupy Philly. By working groups. The proposals are. First. That we support. Homeless individuals. Who are here. Who want to move. To Logan Square. Second. That the day after any eviction, we meet in Rittenhouse Square. And if there have been arrests, we march to the police roundhouse. The third proposal. That General Assemblies. Following the day after the eviction. Happen at the Friends Center. And the fourth proposal. That we reduce the frequency. Of General Assemblies each week. Those are the four proposals for tonight. And now, I'd like to turn it over to Trina. From Occupy Chicago. Who has a special welcome.
Occupy Philly brothers and sisters.
Hello, brothers and sisters.
It feels so special to be here.
I
come bearing love. And support. And solidarity. From Occupy Chicago. We feel where you are right now. I want to tell you really briefly. About our eviction history. We tried to take Camp and Grant Park. We had 3,000 people march and rally. We set up tents. 175 people were arrested. I'm one of them. It's not one.
less scary.
We did it the next weekend.
We did it the next
We
weekend.
came back just as strong.
We came back just as strong.
We had 130 people arrested,
We had 130 people arrested,
including 2 nurses from Nurses United,
including 2 nurses from Nurses
who
United,
were just trying to provide medical support.
who were just trying to provide medical support.
We came back 2 weeks later.
We came back 2 weeks
A
later,
smaller action.
a smaller
And
action,
we're evicted again.
and we're evicted
But
again.
we're still strong.
But we're still
And
strong,
we're still fighting.
and we're still fighting.
I want to tell you about a proposal
I want to tell you about a
that we
proposal
passed a few weeks ago.
that we passed a few weeks ago.
It's called Winter Building.
It's called Winter
Chicago Spring.
Chicago Spring,
Winter Building.
Winter
It
Building.
means that we spend the winter
It means that we spend the winter
building an indoor community space
building an indoor community space
and getting out to all of the neighborhoods of Chicago,
and getting out to all the neighborhoods of
telling
Chicago,
them who we are,
telling them who we are,
why they should be with us,
why they should be with us,
why we stand with them
why we stand with
in
them,
all of their struggles.
and all of their struggles.
We're talking community service.
We're talking community
We're
service.
talking direct actions in neighborhoods.
We're talking direct actions in neighborhoods.
We're talking flyering.
We're talking
We're
flyering.
talking teach-ins in neighborhoods.
We're talking teach-ins in
We're
neighborhoods.
talking about taking this out of Center City
We're talking about taking this out of Center City
to the greater city,
to the greater city.
so that come Chicago Spring
So that come Chicago Spring
on April 7th,
on April 7th,
we can make a large showing
we can make a large showing
that we're still here.
that we're still here.
Chicago winters are cold.
Chicago winters are cold.
Chicago police force is nasty.
Chicago police force is nasty.
They can't shut us out.
They can't shut us out.
They can't shut us down.
They can't shut us down.
We will still be here in the spring.
And we will still be here in the spring.
What we need from you
What we need from you
is we need you with us on April 7th.
is that we need from us
Calling for a National Day of Action.
calling for a National Day of
We
Action.
need you in Chicago if you can be.
We need you in Chicago if you can
If
be.
you can't, we need you here.
If you can't, we need you
We
here.
all need to be standing together strong.
We all need to be standing together
So
strong.
I hope that we can rely on your support.
I hope that we can rely on your support.
Our social media team
Our social media team
would like me to ask you
would like me to ask you
to tweet with hashtag APR7
to tweet with #HBR7.
if that means anything to you.
That means anything to
It
you.
means only a little to me.
Means only a little to me.
We're trying to get the word out.
Trying to get the word out.
Trying to plan now. So that in April,
April,
worldwide,
worldwide,
occupiers can say,
occupiers can say,
we are still here.
we are still here.
Love from Chicago.
Quickly,
Quickly,
I'm going to go over the ground rules.
I'm going to go over the ground rules.
I promise,
I promise,
right after that,
right after that,
we'll be in breakout groups,
we'll be in breakout groups,
and you'll get a break from people's mic.
and you'll get a break from people's mic.
The first ground rule,
The first ground rule,
respect each other.
respect each other.
Respect each other.
Respect each other.
The second ground rule,
The second ground rule,
please keep access ramps clear.
please keep access ramps clear.
The third ground rule,
The third ground rule,
we are all sanitation.
we are all sanitation.
Tonight, we'd like to ask folks
We'd like to ask folks
to keep this half of our circle
to keep this half of our circle
free of smoking
free of smoking
for those who have
for those who have
issues breathing secondhand smoke.
issues breathing secondhand smoke.
Again, please respect one another.
Please respect one another.
We acknowledge
We acknowledge
that we are on occupied land
that we are on occupied land
of the Lenape people,
of the Lenape people,
and to the best of our ability,
and to the best of our ability,
we seek to fight
we seek to fight
racism,
racism,
sexism,
sexism,
classism,
classism,
homophobia,
homophobia,
ableism,
ableism,
transphobia,
transphobia,
and other oppressions.
and other oppressions.
Finally, remember the principle,
Remember the principles.
step up, step back.
Step back.
We want to hear your voice.
We want to hear your voice.
If you have have not yet spoken,
If you have not yet spoken,
please step up.
step up.
If you have spoken,
If you have spoken,
please step back.
please step back
And let others speak.
and let others speak.
Finally, hand signals. If you can't hear someone,
If you can't hear someone,
a finger in the air.
finger in the air.
If you agree with what someone's saying,
If you agree with what someone's saying,
twinkle fingers. If you disagree with what someone's saying,
if you disagree with what someone
but still love them,
still love them.
downward twinkle fingers.
Downward twinkle fingers.
And if you've heard what someone has said
And if you've heard what someone has said,
and would like them
and would like them
to bring it to a close,
bring it to a close,
this hand signal that I can't describe.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. The best.
All right, at this point,
At this point.
I'm going to turn it over to the working group report back.
I am protesting the General Assembly and how they treated the homeless last night. I will be coming to every meeting from now on and be protesting. You can wrap me up.
Mic check! Mic check!
Every single meeting until they clear up the homeless.
The occupiers and the homeless came together
End of the GA.
at the end of the GA
And discuss
and
what our plan of action would be.
what our plan of action would be.
I was there.
$400 for themselves.
Even if you don't agree.
No! It's a committee! Donations! On site! That was donated to code of conduct! Let him speak! Donated to the group! And they keep going for themselves! Let him speak! Yesterday, the group of us, let's hear what this guy's got to say!
Well, what you got?
Let's hear what he got
You don't listen to the homeless. I'm the homeless. They don't talk to me.
Not trying to knock
Y'all bullshit. Y'all Everybody want to be a tough guy.
They've been ignored when they asked where the finances are going, and they've been ignored the donations that
Not at all. He's been here since day one. He's done a lot for Occupy.
I too am homeless. I got a petition signed by 300 residents and working group members who believe in the alterations that need to take place to this community.
This
is about the homeless. They
people
have nowhere to go. People vetoed it coming down for a vote. 300 people decided how they wanted to be governed. They signed a petition saying they wanted to be governed.
United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! United we fall! United we stand! United we stand! United we fall! an agenda. We have an agenda. A meeting. We have a meeting. Mike Jack. Let him talk. Mike Jack. This is what we want to talk about. This is our agenda. 300 signatures. Mike Jack. Mike Jack. Set the fuck hard of our agenda is to discuss how we treat each other. And if we need a code of conduct, what kind of behavior is okay? And what kind of behavior is not okay? This is a good example of something we should discuss. We're gonna go in the breakout group. Right now. With 5 people around you. You should discuss what it means to respect each other. To be in solidarity with each other. And what kind of behavior is okay. Right down there? I got you back. And pushed them outward and started collecting donations on behalf of them. These donations are used to buy themselves cameras and laptops. The homeless are not allowed to apply. If we join a working group, we don't want to. That's what I want to know, man. I got it already. This is what somebody talk about. I don't want to talk about the world. That's what you want to talk about. But we live here and want to talk about this. I want to meet for money. This is our last chance to talk about it before we're dispersed. We want to be heard today before we don't have a chance. My bad. Can I get an interview off? 10 people on finance from different backgrounds. 10 people on finance from different backgrounds. 10 people on finance from different backgrounds. Where's the money? Where's the donations? Where's the money? Where's the donations? Okay. The homeless were pushed outward when direct democracy came here to set up shop. Donations were collected with people thinking it was going to go to the tents on site and the homeless. Instead it goes right now. It's absolute time to fix that. Yes. We can fix it right now. We can fix this. This situation right now. After we fix it, let's talk. Finance. I want to talk to you about how you shot down every single person who wanted to help you. Nobody ever wanted to help. That's bullshit. I didn't come to you and say, I totally agree with everything you say. What can we do to fix this? This is what we have to do because there's only one more night. Protest is celebration. That's what you guys do when you see injustice. I am mimicking your actions when you see injustice. You disrupt people's communities and you hold up signs. That is what you do. I see injustice. That is what I am doing. This is not fair because they don't care about the homeless. When they pick up their tent, they talk. Sean Tim blows my voice. Raise that voice.
It's online. Really occupypeople.org.
I'm a little worried. I hold my hands filled up here. I hear you. But yeah, I'm worried about the homeless. I'm still worried about it. Because when they're told to get out, these human beings are back on the street with nowhere to go. Back on the street fending for themselves. During the daytime, there's no one to go. At night, they can sneak in somewhere and go to sleep and wake up in the morning. But all day long, they'll be harassed. Because they'll be on the street with nowhere to go. And that's it.
But they're ignoring us.
And I'm so concerned. I'm more concerned about them than anything else. The Occupy movement will continue no matter what. But the homeless will be screwed over when they're told to get out. The city told them to get out, and the city didn't tell them where to go. So get out. I'm not going to tell you where to go, just get out. That's not very nice.
It's a situation normal in the city.
This is his sign, I'm just holding it for him.
I'm trying to fix the problem. No, man, from your perspective, these people have been shut down for 2 months. That's what's going on from my perspective.
Letting him make his
Money's been embezzled on the Money's been embezzled from donations in a couple of funds.
So I've been hearing.
They were like, you want to speak? That's fine. I got one of my boys. They've ignored it for 2 months. They're trying to make it seem like it's new. Push this for 2 months. They've ignored it entirely. It's the last resort. We tried talking to them. They're not hearing me. They destroyed everything by shutting our voice down.
You are not letting us talk about it.
No, I'm just saying that I don't use speak on behalf of the homeless.
I got the signatures.
Well, he has tried to talk about it, but every time he brings it up, he has. He has. Yeah, no, he has.
Tomorrow there is going to be eviction, so there is. There are priorities.
He's been doing this for like days before, though. He brought it to facilitation. He brought it to COCO, which is the process to bring everything to facilitation to COCO. Then he got a petition, wrote a really well-drafted petition, got people to sign it, brought it again, and they're pretty much just shutting him down and not really giving him an option to speak about it. When it is a serious issue and it affects everybody here.
The question is, COCO, the coordinating committee, nobody else across the country is using that. And there's been multiple reports of donations being done by a couple of different parties.
Well, it's hard to tell, like, what's true and what's not, but what is true is that our most important committees have gone off-site. They want us all to be together, work together, but all the money, all the important committees, the media, everybody is going off-site. How are we supposed to be united when everybody's running away?
My point is there's a hypocrisy going on here that we're supposed to be fighting against the current government.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have people that originally came here with their own agenda and immediately started trying to create a hierarchy, and every time it got narrowed down a little bit, some other problem came up with it. There's always going to be people that came here with their own agenda, but when somebody has a legitimate point and isn't allowed to speak, is that not hypocrisy within our own group?
No, that's bullshit. You're you.
He has a legitimate point. He stressed it for days. He went about the process that it takes to bring it to DA, and then everybody just pretty much told him to fuck off. What else is he supposed to do? I mean, we're protesting for the same reasons. How are people going to get mad if we're protesting DA?
I understand completely. Look, started accidentally got in. And I saw it from the beginning. And I've been dealing with it from the beginning.
Yeah, there's been a hierarchy situation.
I've had people call me up and try to bribe me about an idea where they want to shut up the site because I stand for the First Amendment.
There's a proposal about changing the process. There are 4. It's one proposal. The very first one is about the homeless.
Mind if I post it on the internet?
I got hurried up. You know how they ignored you? You know how they ignored? They attacked me first. So you know how they ignored you? Only after because you hijacked GA. You don't agree with the position or how we run things. You don't. Coco said 2 days in a row that they understood this was going to come on Thursday. And then on Thursday, the GA got voted down to not happen on a Wednesday meeting that we didn't know where it was. The whole information was out there. And then Friday, it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for 2 months. It's time to try something new. Not keep us. So we're going to try something new 2 days before our stage. I'm living on the streets tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sleep right there in the subway station, and as I don't have a choice. You have no answers. You haven't come up with 3 weeks. That's the answer. That is the answer. To accept the situation I'm in. You guys haven't done anything to help them. You guys fed them some meals and pocketed your pockets, man. And everybody knows it. Yeah, because that's what we did, right? I'll just say, I took all the money. It's all in my pocket. He's got the money. Maybe the chase me down way to handle it when there's been admittance of people stealing coke or stealing money for coke, and when there's been admittance of people taking things off site that were donations intended for Occupy.
Safety. I'm thrilled.
We need to improve it now. Now.
There's no perception of privacy.
It takes place until it is improved. So how do we do that? Let's talk about it. I might. Get the homeless out. Go to the inmates right now and bring them out. If you care, you're dictating right now. Break up, report back. And everybody bangs off. Everybody. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. First person! With the report back! With the report back! Come up here! Come up here! Where are the donations? Where are the donations? Where are the donations? Where are the donations? Let us speak! Let us speak! Don't fight! You're the one! He's the one right there! That's been used by several people taking money from private for drugs! That one! That one asked for Mike Chuck! The homeless are being ignored! 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 The homeless are being ignored!
What about they are trying to fix these homeless people. Ungrateful.
Wait a minute, y'all want to hold the person speak?
Alright. Look, I'm getting ready to fucking shut this thing down.
Fine, one example. You don't think the homeless.
I won't let him speak.
I'm defending you. You're in your head. People are easily influenced by mob mentality. When everybody does this and light checks over somebody, and it has everybody repeat and show what it is, that is a mob mentality. This is not democracy. This is not democracy. Mike Jack! Mike Jack! Mike Jack! Mike Jack! Committee report! Committee report! Committee! Discuss! Respect! This is not every meeting! The core code! Every meeting! Till it's done! Another core code! With no profanity! No profanity! The third one! Is let them to respect! Is to respect! Not to insult! Not to insult! And not degrade one another! And not degrade one another! That is the end! That's the end of our committee report! Of our committee report! And been ignored! And been ignored! And been ignored! Mike Jack! Mike Rube! Mike Rube!
We talked about the homeless.
We talked about the homeless!
The homeless have a million dress in Philly.
The homeless have a million dress in Philly.
The homeless live in Philly. We're not homeless. Category. Occupied prisoner.
Occupied prisoner.
Not a committee.
As I got that, I'm making a committee report. Yeah.
They shut us up all the time. People do not see the increments of life. They have feelings and emotions. They want to speak their way through. The process is not conducive.
Wait. There's a process.
Everybody's
Where's the safety group?
If you want to be a
Safety group. Safety group. Get the safety people. Those who are those who are not supposed to talk should not. There will be a moment where all dissenters can make their point. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous to try to take charge of this meeting. This man is the facilitator.
If you don't want to participate in our process, you're free to walk away! What are we going to do here? A process of people who want to change the world. What is more important to you? Saving the world or defending the Democratic
You look like Ross Ruley in the
people feel left out of. Ignored. What is more important?
Take charge of this place.
The process. This does not matter.
Mike Jack!
Mike Jack! Mike Jack! Mike Jack! We have
Mike Jack! One more time! If you are part of the general
What you want the police to stop doing?
You guys have to move back some. Please move back. Can you move back?
Please get it back.
All y'all standing up and y'all standing up. What you want?
You guys, your chairs, please.
I've been listening. Look at them. They're grabbing onto me. They're grabbing onto me. They're grabbing my arm. They're pulling my arm. Free speech. It's a protest. Free speech. They're grabbing onto me. They're twisting my wrist. They're twisting my wrist. They're twisting my wrist.
Yeah, that's news media over there.
Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Shut up.
I know we don't want
It's so reality. The whole everybody sit there. Sit there. The old lady can talk and everyone. The old white lady can talk and
If you're not safe, I'm a please get down.
My check! My check! I put it here! The report back! So I'm guessing other people didn't either! Yell louder! And everyone around him! Backing up! And my check!
We really don't know what's from your thing.
To present your opinions.
Otherwise it's just disorder.
You're not going to accomplish anything.
Also
the code of conduct. Should include.
Stop touching me. This is a protest.
Include nonviolence. And should include also prohibiting selling of anything.
And should include also prohibiting the selling of anything.
And possibly.
And possibly.
Louder.
Don't lose your pin card.
Take some ideas from there.
My check! Thank you! For the report back! I'm going to repeat! If you are part of the General Assembly and not part of safety, so please sit down! Right now! Okay! Next report back! Raise your hands! To get on track! Solomon! It's taking stock! Mic check! Do we have other ideas to report back about a code of conduct? Raise your hand if so.
Yes, there was an idea.
Mic check.
Mic check. There is a general code of conduct. The idea was maybe we could vote on that and adopt it. Otherwise, nonviolence will be at the top of the code of conduct. After that, should be respect. You don't talk over other people intentionally disrupt a meeting. There is a provision for dissent. We should think of a way to enforce the code. Thank you.
Mic check. Mic check. Any other report backs? About the code of conduct? Raise your hand. Mic check. Mic check. Moving along with our agenda. Working group report back. Are there any working groups that have something important to report back to General Assembly? Raise your hand and find Solomon if you want to report back.
Where's Solomon?
Report back. Friend Center working group.
Mic check. Solomon is the guy who's taller than you. Get his attention if you have a report back. You have a
Mic
first
check.
Solomon.
I'm also taking sack.
Friends is for interfaith.
Who's that?
What's your name? Tony.
Go ahead, Tony.
Right now?
Yeah.
Mic check. Mic check. My name is Tony. I'm from the Friends Center Working Group. I just want to announce that Friends Center will be open starting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And will be open at least till 10. We have the possibility of staying open later, depending on conditions and needs. Thank you.
Francis!
Interfaith.
Mic check. Interfaith working group. Spent much time. Preparing and planning. To help the homeless. To help in case of eviction. We want to remind you. This is a non-violent movement. Everyone's behavior reflects on the movement. Non-violence is very important. If you decide to stay. And risk arrest.
Solomon. Ivanka. Mic check.
My name's Ivanka. I'm sharing word for Occupy. It looks like we are not the only ones scheduled for eviction. Los Angeles, Long Beach, and
coast to coast.
With all occupies.
With all occupies.
In first. A conference call.
A conference call.
Either between right now. And sometime Monday. And two. They would like. To perhaps. Coordinate. A sit-in called From Sea to Shining Seas for our efforts. We could show solidarity with all and not against all. This would be greater support than we are getting in this GA. At this time, by all of our members who need to remember solidarity, trust, the 99%, and then we the people must work together. Thank you, Chicago.
Thank you, Chicago.
Together they take money.
Thank you, DC.
Los Angeles.
$400. Long Beach. $400. We're waiting.
Thank you.
Mic check. John is also taking snack. Who's next for report back?
Sally. Where's the money? $400 a week for charity work? $400 a week for charity work? $400 a week from donations for the whole country? This was proposed by this woman right here. Where did it go? Why are we again? Restructuring the GA. Please, everyone who can make it. Please come. If you can't make it, give me your email address.
We're starting an email group.
Discuss the process. Thank you. Mic check.
Alright. We're all out here fighting. Why are we being ignored? Why are we being cut off? Why are we fighting each other?
Mic check. Let's respect one another. There's no respect. If we don't listen to one another. So let's listen to the people who are speaking. Who is next on the stack?
From speaking. They
Solomon.
blocked me from speaking. Yes, it is. 300 signatures. 300 signatures.
Solomon.
300
Where are they?
signatures.
Solomon, next is it.
I broke the logo last night.
Mic check.
300 signatures.
We should
300 signatures.
refocusing
On the eminent
situation
that will be occurring tomorrow. That is the most important thing. Because if we don't know what we are doing, people will be hurt. So let's refocus the attention on what's important. AKA the eviction.
Mic check. Earlier today, there was a meeting in the Arch Street Church Catholic Church to talk about the eviction tomorrow and what we should do about it. Is there someone here who can report back to us about what happened and what was discussed in that meeting? Please raise your hand. If you were there. And you know what was discussed. Right here. Hollister.
Mic check. One group. Met with members of the homeless population. To identify options where they could have a safe place and not risk arrest. There are a couple of options. One is being led by Harvey. Who has identified a place in the, I'll say distant. Identified a place distant from here. Which we are not naming. Because we don't want to let the media know. Harvey is organizing transportation. And will help homeless people pack up their tents. And move there. So you should see Harvey. About that. There are some homeless. Who felt fear. About moving so far away. So another option. That is being proposed. Is that the homeless. Wish to stay in Center City. Move to Logan Square. Where there is already a homeless population. And an ongoing feeding program. That is one of the proposals. Coming here tonight. Thank you. Oh, sorry. The other half of the meeting was those who want to protest.
Potential eviction. Mob mentality. What is the reality? What's to sit and lock arms? Take action. If you are prepared to be arrested. Mob mentality. One moment. Mob mentality. What to do? Mic check. Let's use this. One possibility was sitting down and locking arms in a snake formation. Those who choose not to be arrested should coordinate their actions to support the people who are sitting. Once it becomes clear that arrests will be made. Mob mentality. It's the reality. I am peacefully protesting, and hands are being put all over my body right now. People who choose not to be arrested may move off-site once it's clear. That arrests are happening. And they will begin a march potentially. Around Dillard Plaza. There is a possibility that those sitting in the plaza locking arms can then get up and join the people marching around the plaza. He's the one to win. There will also be people, including myself, coordinating jail solidarity if there are arrests. We will begin supply solidarity. To the people using their solidarity. If will be a meeting outside the roundhouse, there will be a meeting outside the roundhouse if there are mass arrests. If there are mass arrests, we will have people there. We will have people there ready to speak to the media. Ready to speak to the media. To tell them why we're there. To tell them why we're there. And that we stand in solidarity with anyone arrested. And that we stand in solidarity with anyone arrested. Democracy. Hopefully tonight, we can finalize some proposals. We can finalize some proposals about how our action will unfold tomorrow. About how our action will unfold tomorrow. Please stay and participate. Please stay and participate. So that we can have a strong, and coordinated action. And coordinated action. It's not the first time. And we've been ignored. Someone will not speak. Someone will not speak. 2 months. Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. I am peacefully protesting injustice. Just like you guys. Will you march the other way? Support myself. Support myself. What do we do? Disrupt people's lives. You want to make a point. Support myself. Address this. Standing our ground. Standing our ground. Tomorrow. It's the void. It's the void. We are not trying to get arrested. What we want to do is get up when the time is right. And join our brothers and sisters outside of the situation in an organized march around Philadelphia. We are the collective. Focus on phase 2 of the movement. Which is not about good work. But about working within our community to create world change. So tomorrow, we'll return us. Lock arms. May God be the judge. May God be the judge. May it be for good and not for evil. May it be for good and not for evil.
Get away.
That guy's a cop.
Mike.
They said the police is coming right now. They said the police is coming right now. They said the police is coming right now.
you do.
Person with the keys going to open the door. Person with the keys going to open the door. And we need people. Support over here. And filter in right here. And filter in right here.
We took the concern into consideration.
But what force under Yeah, you can look. Make an announcement.
This is not exactly an announcement. So it is an announcement, but if you want to see it, that's fine. My question is, I know there's people planning direct action during the, when eviction starts to happen. My question is, what is the form that we can do for people that are not necessarily linking arms or maybe doing direct action, how we can be supportive and how that information can be disseminated to other people to be supportive? So like, I didn't hear that discussed tonight. I know there was the meeting and I wasn't there for 8 to 5 today, but like, how could we? Okay, that's what I want. Thanks.
My announcement is that tomorrow the Committee of Correspondence is going to meet at the southwest corner of City Hall at 1 p.m. That's an open working group dedicated to communication between occupations. Between Philly and New York, Philly and Kalamazoo, everywhere. At the southwest corner of City Hall, that's the edge of Gilbert Plaza by the Ritz-Carlton, by the coffee shop there. We'll meet at 1 o'clock. Tell everybody you know who's involved out by Philly the following things. 1, food will still be served tomorrow at 5. The Hare Krishnas will be serving food from 1 to 4. Number 2, logistics are currently being set up for the safety of eviction tomorrow. Number 3, people need to be on site by noon. When? Noon. To continue support and set up clearing and cleaning, helping people move, and preparing for police eviction. Number 4, Occupy Wall Street, Brooklyn, Hoods, Occupy Wall Street, Brooklyn, and Hoods, GA, will be sending people to help tomorrow. 5, we will be doing an arm length sit-in in the same energy of UC Davis, where we will not be resisting eviction, but we will not help the police do their dirty work. People need to make signs for clear messaging for the sit-in about our issues and commitment to nonviolence. Next, groups involving messaging, camp logistics setup, jail solidarity, and safety for sit-inners are currently being discussed. Please be a part of these efforts by A, making signs. What are you going to do? Make signs. Getting people here at 4 p.m. When are they going to get here? 4 p.m. And helping clean up camp. What are you going to do? Help That's tonight and tomorrow. And if you need to talk to anybody about any of this, Amanda is over at camp. She's a very well-spoken woman with a purple streak in her hair who's right here. She's over between medic and safety right now. So you need to tell everybody these things. Who are you going to tell? Everybody.
I just went over this afternoon to look for making signs, and there's none of the art material there. So
his thing was there weren't any materials to make signs, and so find some.
I would like to add to that everyone here should have their own phone tree, that if you are on site, that when action begins to occur, you immediately use it and get as many people, additional people, as observers as possible on the site when the action begins.
Does everyone know what the UC Davis thing is? Yes? Show of hands, just see that everybody knows. Okay, some hands didn't go up. So I'm going to just take some time to explain it real quick. There was a YouTube video that went around about UC Davis. This really happened in my opinion. The chancellor of UC Davis, which is the school, ordered her police, the student police, sitting Occupy Philadelphia. Some of us have suggested holding up signs that would say, I'm a student, I'm a police officer, I'm a firefighter, so that our words can speak for ourselves. Because we are fighting at the seat of our government in the city of Philadelphia. So that's why we're reaching out to Los Angeles and Long Beach and the West Coast to get them involved so we can do this bi-coastal at around the same time. And I call the project United States. But right now, LA is really close to there. And they're trying to get their people together for the eviction. So I'm going to keep trying to talk to them through the night.
I really